just a bit for me? I want to cut some one around this corner. Just a bit. Thank you, sir.
Expanded to 4 lanes when he was in opposition. The previous Conservative government committed to widening the highway in stages over a number of years. There's been a major fire in the northern James Bay community of Fort Albany, and arson is suspected. Fire officials say the fire broke out 2 nights ago in a warehouse, completely destroying the building. No one was hurt.
I'll check them all in. Okay, 242. That's smoking, right? Yes, it is. That's our rooms. Timmins Comfort Inn, Marnie speaking. I'm sold out for the Schumacher homecoming, sir. Yes.
Nice.
That's nice. Look at that.
There you go.
Oh, beautiful. Beautiful.
Okay, is that what the pin's for? Yeah. No, it's me.
Bad gas. What do you put in there? Super or regular? Just regular. I can't afford super, man. Holy fuck. You should put super, man.
At the price, $100 a tank.
Yeah,
Super
but
would
look
be
at the
120, 130 a tank.
look at the price you're gonna pay if it burns out.
Too hot. Super's too hot for that thing. So
I use it in mine. Mine's an 89.
yeah, it's not 350.
Yeah, here's not a
Bonneville.
350.
It's a 6-banger.
Right, Will?
It's only a 6-banger.
tell him.
The hotter the better.
It's still pretty.
Yes. It up.
And I want to send it to America's Funniest Home Video. America's Funniest Home Videos in Real TV. What's wrong with your hair?
Oh, bad news.
Looks fine.
Say, hold your milk juice up. Show Merle your milk juice.
On a chair.
Let me show me what milk juice is.
This is milk juice. The best juice of milk you can ever taste.
Can't remember when I had it last. I drove too long
He
yesterday.
doesn't want to freeze, Merle.
I didn't wear it at all yesterday.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm good at that.
One of
I don't care about
use
this thing.
this one, George. Give him this one and that one. You have a gold and
I
silver
don't even
one.
remember, did we wear it? You know, I wore it.
That's what I said. I mean, maybe it's hanging on the chair.
No.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
Don't you think, Ashley?
I was thinking you probably left it at home.
It's quite possible because I spent 14 hours driving that day and I knew I wouldn't need a coat.
Phone.
I don't need a coat when I drive.
Is anybody home?
Get a phone.
I think it's crumbled in the corner at the top of the bone. Just don't want to say this. It's all wrinkled.
I don't care if it's wrinkled. I don't care.
He wants
wants
to
it.
come. Yeah, you won't. You'll be going.
Well, give me the keys and we go.
Are you sleeping, Charles? With your thumb in
What's going on here?
What a baby.
Especially when we drove right back right by it when they dropped the key off. That's how fucking stupid it was.
So there's a lady shooting this way, right?
I'm gonna be
Yes.
down up there. Really?
Yeah.
Oh, Chris.
Come on. Billy. Action.
I'm not in on that action.
Billy, stop making that noise. Kids these days, like God, they never listen. Actually, no, walking's a bit fun than school.
Sure. I'd rather not.
So, where are you going today? We're here today.
Town hall right now.
Oh, okay.
There's going to be students from Old Gorman,
wants to look
little
cool.
bit of snow out there this
He
morning.
wants
It's
to look.
not.
He wants to look.
I did. Oh, I thought I did.
Where's it? Oh, there it is. Nice.
Go ahead, Chris.
Playtime. It wasn't tough.
Wait, stay there.
Hang on. Get underneath there.
Yeah, go right underneath.
Careful, you'll break them.
Go right underneath.
I can't.
Yes, you can.
Your butt.
I farted.
Oh, that's great.
This guy's talking.
Guest book. See today's date, March 31st. I'll put that in there and your name. Okay. Your address.
Take your gloves off, Chris.
So we got a nice day for this, eh?
It is beautiful, isn't it?
A little chilly.
Well, yeah, but for us that's not bad. Isn't that right?
That's a beautiful day.
Yeah. For us that's not bad.
It's a warm day.
It could be warmer. It has been warmer. Sun's up.
Yeah.
Put it this way, it beats January.
Oh, for sure.
But you people had a. You're all from the Toronto area, are you?
I'm from Toronto.
Sarnia.
They're from
Sarnia. Okay.
Guelph.
You had a cold winter too.
Oh yeah. We didn't spend much time in Sarnia. We've been on the way here
Oh, I see.
since January 8th.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks.
Yeah, you can use a pen.
Thank you, sir.
You can use a pen. Thank you. You want to hand it?
Thank you.
Oh, anybody? George, we missed you. Now, thank you, Chris. Okay, this, Chris, excuse me, I'm sorry, get this. On behalf of the city, I'd like you to accept this small gift, token of our appreciation, and I hope you remember your visit to Timmins. And we had something also for your manager, Mr. Marcello, as well. He's here? Or- Well, you can give that to him after, okay?
Thank you.
Okay? Now, maybe the other people here would like to sign the guest book, starting with you.
Okay.
Go ahead, Tim.
Thank you.
Right now, they're just doing a book signing, and let me just see the time I got here, 1:16. He's scheduled to walk at about 1:30. We're gonna do a photo op downstairs.
I don't need a photo. I need
Some talk, yeah.
Yeah.
So, would you be able to walk with him and do
Sure.
the interview while he's walking
Sure,
at the
we're
front?
walking slow.
Is that okay? And,
Because of the wind, I was thinking I'm gonna have to do something like this.
Wow.
Do you have a cover?
Yeah, I do.
He's got a cover, so that.
Oh, yeah, with the different signs. Oh, yeah, go ahead. Right. Is it okay if he goes by?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah, go ahead. So I'll change the wording and I'll use it. About half an hour. Sure. Okay.
Did you read him before? I'd like to get some questions before we start walking because
Everybody say
they're going to be
Goldfields.
stumpy.
Yeah.
You got it? Yep.
Sorry, you want in front of you here?
Students, they're just getting their license and their classes. Friends at home and that are missing me and that want me back, but I can't do that. And there's a lot of people that I meet that are really my age. That people sometimes there's people that are older than me, so you get a lot of different people. Like, it's very bad.
That's the bad.
Yeah.
Anything else bad about this?
Just missing my family and friends. It's good. Yep.
Awesome. Okay.
Let's put your hand down.
They just arrived. Sorry. They arrived yet? Thanks, Mike.
Is there anybody in the theater?
I've said that like to everyone. Hi, my name's Caitlin.
That's off in the theater. Sure. Let's go back to the theater. Nobody on time.
Hats off, please. Hats off. I'm trying to camera. Hats off,
I want to say what a pleasure it is to be here at O'Gorman and with you, Mr. Shikalski. I've known your principal since he was in high school, and we've always had a very pleasant relationship, and I'm so glad that he has done so well and that he is leading O'Gorman. And this is one of the leadership activities at O'Gorman, welcoming Chris to Timmins. This is day 84 of Chris's tour, and I'm pleased that he has already been to City Hall, and certainly he's a very impressive young man. I know that he is an inspiration to all of us, and I certainly appreciate the director, so I call upon him now to bring greetings from the board.
Thank you, Glenn, and welcome.
Greetings from the board.
Thank you, Glenn, and welcome to everyone, and especially welcome to Kristopher and your supporting cast. They say that life is a journey, and I think what you are doing at your young age really underlines that fact. You're very brave and courageous for what you're doing, and I know that on behalf of everyone here and our Catholic school board throughout it, we want to wish you all the best as you continue on this journey, and our prayers are with you. Thank you.
Another important individual in Timmins who's always involved with things like organ transplants and donations, Mr. Fern Trombley. You often see him in the newspaper for things like Easter seals or whatever, and he's been gracious enough to join us today, so I would call upon Mr. Trombley to come and speak on behalf of the Timmins chapter.
Yeah, I'd like to thank your O'Gorman School and all the organisations to give us the opportunity to be able to talk to you about tissue and organ transplant. What got me started with tissue and organ transplant is what was with my involvement with the Canadian National Institute for the Blind, where we know that a lot of people were waiting for tissues for cornea transplant. And I'll tell you a little story about the grandmother that was able to receive a tissue cornea transplant, and for the first time after her operation was a success, she said it was the first time that she was able to see her children. So you can just imagine You know, with somebody's passing away, they were able to give their eyes, and somebody gained sight by it. And therefore, organ transplant is very important too. And like we all hear in the Bible that Jesus said, that there's no greater gift than to give his life for a friend. But tissue or organ donation, you don't necessarily have to give your life. But at death, you can definitely leave your organs or tissue with somebody that can benefit from it. And this is what Chris is waiting for. And when we say they're waiting for, some people, well, somebody will have to die to give him a liver. Yes, and it's unfortunate that some people do die by accident, but what a better legacy to leave behind you is part of your living organs with somebody else. So we'll definitely hear more about it through George and Chris after. And I signed my card in 1966. And this is one way of telling people that I am a tissue and organ donation. So if you people are interested in getting kits after, I have some with me. And this way here, my wife has already agreed that when I pass on, that my organs will go to a cause. I hope they're still good. Because at our age, you know, but no, it's true. For eyes, there's no age limit. And I'll tell you the truth. Lots of time, it's me that pick up the eyes at the airport to bring them, at the hospital to bring them to the airport, and I have to make arrangements with the Canadian National Institute for the Blind for them to make arrangements to get somebody out there who are waiting for cornea transplant. And therefore, it doesn't matter what time of the day or night, they call me and I pick them up. And then the pilot has 2 sets of eyes to take a...
Organizing a 200-city walking tour takes a lot of work, and of course you notice that Chris was fortunate enough to have a bit of an entourage with him, like his posse, I guess it is, Chris? I don't know. Anyway, so you call forward Mr. Biliary Atresia, who we'll speak to. He's the assistant road manager for Chris.
Thank you, everybody, for having us in Timmins. It's a beautiful part of Canada. I've never been here before, and it's really great. I met George about 7 years ago, and I started playing baseball with George and volleyball, and that was in '95. And I had been with him for a few months, and he had a lot of energy. And then I had a few of our buddies tell me, Billy, isn't it? It's fantastic the way he plays. I said, what are you talking about? He said, he's just had a new liver about 3 months ago. I said, a new liver? I said, you gotta be kidding me. Then when I talked to George, he told me he had 2 days to live. And he received the liver. And since I've been with George, he's asked me if I'd like to be assistant road manager for a little guy named Chris, 13 years old. He's been in and out of the hospital most of his life, and he's had over 20 operations. And when I met Chris, I couldn't believe it. I was expecting to see somebody who was really sick, right? But obviously, when something like this happens to people, they're given something special. And Chris, when I met him, he was a bright, cheery young guy, and I couldn't believe that this guy was waiting for a liver. But when I talked to Chris, his wish is to try to save as many people as he can on the waiting list. And there's like over 4,000 men and women on the waiting list waiting for organs to have a chance to live. We had an opportunity to go through a hospital. I forget where we go? In Sudbury. We went through the hospital in Sudbury, and we seen little kids, and you know what? They had a good spirit about them. You wouldn't know they were sick, but a few of them did look yellow. You know, they were on a waiting list, waiting for livers. And we went through there, and you know what? When I met Chris, it grabbed my heart. When I seen these kids, and I didn't know what to expect when we came on this walk, but some of the people that I have met that have received organs because of this, because of the transplant, you know what, it makes it all worthwhile. And that's what we're trying to do here on this tour, is to raise awareness, just to educate people that, you know what, there is a way that people's lives can be saved. So it's overwhelming, and it's it's very rewarding because myself, when I've heard of you know, transplants, this, that, but it never really sank in until I started being around it all the time and seeing, of course, the sorrow, like the gentleman was saying when people die, but out of that death can come happiness for other people. And I have met some of the people that have received, have a chance at life to live, to experience, to enjoy, to cry, everything like that. But we take it for granted. But to be able to be part of something that is greater than I could ever do in my life is surely a blessing. So that's what we're trying to do, is raise awareness to let people know that, you know what, there is a way to save lives and to give a gift of life. So I'm very honored to be on this campaign, and I hope, you know, I say to myself, is this worth it? I mean, do I see anybody? As I have seen people, lives have been saved because of it, but there is still over 4,000 men, women, and children on that waiting list waiting to be saved, and I hope, I might not see, I've seen what it has done, but I hope it spreads a lot more, and I'm very grateful to be part of carrying this message. So thanks for having us in Timmins. Thank you very much.
First, I'd like to thank my road crew. On my right, Assistant Road Manager Biliary Atresia. Behind me, Road Manager George Martello. And that's Shanghai Army. My dad / driver Kelly Knowles. Documentary crew who's making a movie on my trip. Merle Roberts. And my mom, Sandy Knowles. Hi, my name is Kristopher Knowles. I'm 13 years old. I've been waiting for a liver my whole life. The disease that caused me needing a liver is called Biliary Atresia. It is a common disease among infants. Most infants die shortly after birth. So far, I've been fortunate enough to still be alive. I've been in and out of the hospital most of my life. I've had over 20 operations that saved my life. I'm doing this walk to bring awareness to the shortage of organ and tissue needed. Operations that saved my life. I'm doing this walk to bring awareness to the shortage of organ and tissue needed. That's why I thought to myself that there is a way to save people's lives. And if I save a life or lives, it makes this all worthwhile. That's why I'm walking across Canada, to save the 4,000 men, women, and children that are in need of an organ. I'm trying to inspire everybody to be an organ donor. Tell your friends and family about your wishes. And if you do, you're my hero, as well as everybody else's. Please don't take your organs to heaven. Heaven knows we need them here. And I'd like to thank the town of Timmins and your schools for your support. Alone, I can't do this, but together we can. Please make my wish come true.
I know better than that. You know what we're doing? We're finding out which school has the most enthusiasm. Now, the school before your school showed a lot of enthusiasm. How is Gorman High School doing? I think they rate the highest so far, right, Chris? Yeah. Okay, this is Christopher's favorite part. It's called Up Close and Personal with Chris. And this is a chance to ask Chris some questions. But before I get Christopher up here, I want to thank the following local sponsors. We want to thank the Comfort Inn for once again helping out with accommodations. We arrived here last night. And I also want to thank the following restaurants for food. I want to thank Fiona McCool's. Also, I want to thank
Golden Griddle.
Golden Griddle. Yeah, we had a great breakfast there. And
The Eatery.
Eatery?
The Eatery.
The Eatery, that's where we're going to have our supper. So I want to thank those people, and also I want to thank the OPP and the Timmins Police Department for a great escort. And I also want to thank the mayor once again, and congratulations for coming back into office. I think Timmins needed you once again, and Frank Sinatra made a few comebacks, so why not the mayor? We won't ask him to sing. We'll hold back on that one.
George.
So,
Canadian Tire and Super C. Super C.
Super C. And we also want to include Canadian Tire and Super C. And it's important to mention all these groups because it shows how a community comes together when something as important as this comes to their community. So without further ado, we want to get Chris up here. And I'm going to test to see if this mic is working. It's not working.
Yeah.
It is? Okay, there we go. And what we usually do is find out who that first brave soul that's going to put up their hand first to ask Chris a question.
Up at the top.
Oh, right away. Perfect. Okay, your question. Stand up if you can and as loud as you can. You don't have a question? Oh, okay.
Up over
Okay,
here.
we have somebody over here.
Where do you come from?
Go ahead.
What with the torch?
Oh, perfect. Good question. Can I answer that? Okay, I'm glad that you asked that. This is called the Torch of Life. It was ceremoniously lit on June the 20th, 2000, by our then Mayor Mel Lastman in Toronto. And since then, it's been carried along a 769-day campaign where we must have had hundreds of thousands of Canadians that have touched that torch along the way, including on September the 5th, 2001, and this was probably the most important part so far. On that day, we were invited to go to Vatican City, and His Holiness, Pope John Paul II, blessed this torch. And not only that, on that day, he made a proclamation on behalf of Vatican City that organ and tissue donation is a genuine act of love. And what better way than that can you put this whole thing? And since then, we've been carrying it through, and on January the 8th, 2004, it was officially relit in Sarnia, Kristophers' hometown, and that's where we began the Kristophers Wish campaign, and that's why we're continuing to urge people to touch the torch and put their power into it. Good question. Next question.
Up top.
Back there. Well, we're going to, right after this assembly, we're going to grab a fast bite at the Eatery, and then we're on our way to Cochrane. So we can't stay long, you know, when we enter a community, we got to keep. I see somebody in the back there.
How painful were the operations?
He likes those questions.
Actually they were.
I see somebody back there. Yep, their hand up. I see. Yep, stand up.
We've been to about 60 to 70 communities so far. And we started on the January 8, 2004, and we're doing 76 communities in Ontario. Then we're walking out to BC, and then we're gonna fly back from BC Victoria to Toronto, do a 3-week period there, and I might be able to throw a pitch at a
It's official. You are going to throw the pitch.
Okay, I'm throwing a pitch. And then we're flying to St. John's, Newfoundland, and then we'll walk all the way back to Toronto and be done December 25th, 2004.
Someone back there. Can you stand up, please?
When did you first find out that you needed a liver transplant?
I find out at actually 3 weeks, 4 months after birth.
I see a question over here.
Yeah, why did you need liver transplant?
Atresia, and that's very common among infants to sometimes catch that disease. Now, the sad part is 80% of the infants that do contact that disease die before they reach 2 years old. Kristopher's gone through 20 operations so far to keep alive. He's got an incredible, incredible will to survive, and he's showing it through this campaign also. Next question, we have Vern here.
Yeah, what number would you be on the donors list? That's somebody that would like to know that. I'm one.
About 6 weeks now. About 6 weeks ago, my doctor walked with me in St. Thomas, and he said the kid that was first on the list got his liver 3 weeks at that day, and he said that I was first on the list right now, and sometimes it could change.
Can you stand up?
Can I toss the torch?
Sure you can. All right. Got a question over here. Can you stand up?
What exactly does the disease do? Like, how does it affect people?
Okay, well, the most obvious effect is that Kristopher's very tired because only a portion of his liver is operating. But you would never know that from this guy. For you to do that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we'll do it now. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Kristopher does not whine about his pain. If he is whining about his pain, there's something serious. He's got to be rushed to the hospital. He's the most amazing, courageous young boy I ever met. Next question. Yeah.
How many kilometers have you walked so far?
I've walked about with George. When he did his walk, he met me in Sarnia, and he was talking about organ and tissue donation and how he did another little press conference to thank everybody. And I asked him if I could walk across Canada, and he didn't really know at the time because I was 11, so he didn't really know what to say. And then I called him and called him and called him, emailed him and emailed him and emailed him, and asked him. Still wouldn't give me anything. And then that one day I was in the surgery, and then after surgery I called him again and said I got out of it, and then asked him again. And then in the surgery, and then after surgery I called him again and said I got out of it, and then asked him again. And then he said yes, and then it took him a year or so to arrange it.